I set an alarm last night. Somewhere underneath that small act was a bet I didn't notice I was making. A bet that the sun would rise, that the floor would hold my weight, that the simple routine that I follow, and it makes all the difference in the world. I need my morning coffee to wake up. There's a quiet strength in the morning. It is the best time to find your focus. I bet my morning on the evening today the way it behaved yesterday. And it paid out. It always has. What makes me so sure it will pay out again tomorrow? That gravity and light will still cooperate the moment I open my eyes? I almost never ask, because the bet never seems to lose. That is exactly what makes it worth stopping on. The answers must be in here somewhere. Let's see what secrets you hold. Before I can say anything about minds or makers or meaning, I have to be honest about something smaller and stranger. The plain fact that the world is regular and that I have learned to read its regularities. Richard Feynman, who knew as much about the machine that science is what we do to keep from fooling ourselves, and that we are the easiest people to fool. He meant it as a discipline, not a boast. The honest scientist is not the one with the most certainty. It is the one most willing to let reality disagree with them. Hold on to that, because it will protect me from the temptation to claim more than the evidence allows. So what is science, stripped to its frame? It starts with looking. Heavy and light objects fall at the same rate, or that a certain mold kills certain bacteria. Then comes a guess, a tentative story about why. I call this a hypothesis, a way to see what is not yet proven. Searching the dark for a single truth, which is just a fancy word for my best current bet, stated plainly enough that it could be proven wrong. That last part matters. A guess that can't fail can't teach me anything. I set up the world so that if my guess is wrong, reality gets a chance to say so. Most guesses die here, and that is the system working, and the sturdiest, most repeatable patterns of all I start calling laws. Notice what just happened. At no stage did anyone vote on what was true. Nobody decided that gravity should pull at the rate it does. Which brings a question worth sitting with. When I discover a law of nature, did I write the script? Or did I just translate a script that was already running? Force, mass, energy, those are human inventions. Like the lines of latitude I drew on a globe that has no actual lines. But the thing the words point to is not mine. It is tempting to say a bit of both, and there's a real sense in which that's fair. The words I use are mine. I can rename gravity anything I like, and the apple still falls at the same rate. The label is invented, the regularity is found. A mapmaker draws the borders, but he does not get to decide where the mountains are. There are things science genuinely constructs, its vocabulary, its models, and there is something science runs into again and again that it plainly did not construct. A deep, stubborn orderliness in how things behave.